We're doing the endomembrane system, which consists of two main components, protein trafficking and metabolism. The endomembrane system consists of membranes that are suspended in cytoplasm within a eukaryotic cell. Those membranes divide the cell into compartments called organelles. In a eukaryotic cell, the organelles include the nuclear envelope, the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, vacuoles, vesicles, endosomes, and the cell membrane.
The nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope. It encloses the nucleus by separating it from the cytoplasm. What it does is, it surrounds the nucleus with a double membrane with multiple pores. The pores regulate the passage of macromolecules like proteins and RNA, but doesn't permit passage of water, ions, ATP, and small molecules.
The endoplasmic reticulum forms a network of sacs and tubes. The two types of endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is the smooth ER and the rough ER. The rough ER has ribosomes which carry out protein synthesis and is involved in protein trafficking. The smooth ER is involved in metabolism of lipids and carbohydrates and detoxification.
Ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny particles that are composed of both proteins and RNA. Approximately 37 to 62% RNA and the rest are protein. They are found in many places around the eukaryotic cell. You might find them floating in the cytosol, which is fluid that fills up a cell. They are protein builders that will be inside the cell. Other ribosomes are found on the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum with attached ribosomes are called rough ER. They play an important role in the protein synthesis, which is the process by which proteins are made from individual amino acids. Without the ribosomes, the message will not be read, and the proteins cannot be produced. The primary agent in the process of translating the mRNA into a specific amino acid chain in the ribosome.
Lysosomes. Lysosomes are spherical vesicles which contain enzymes that break down protein, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. They can dispose of waste by digesting unwanted materials into the cytoplasm.
Vacuole. A vacuole is any organelle with little or no internal structure. It is located in a plant cell. The vacuole is very prominent in the center, often shoving the other organelles up against the cell membrane. These water-filled organelles, along with the cell wall, help give the shell its structure, which allows for such phenomena as a thin-stemmed flower standing up straight. A vacuole is any membrane-bound organelle with little or no internal structure. It takes nothing from the cell and produces nothing for the cell. It does, however, store things for the cell. In a sense, it is a vacuum. Through common in many cells, they are most prominent in plant cells, taking up most of the central space.
Vesicles. Vesicles enclose fluids in a lipid bilayer of a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail. Vesicles are involved in the process of secretion, uptake, and transport within the cytoplasm. They are a tool the cell uses for metabolism, transport, and enzyme storage.
Protein trafficking. Protein trafficking makes protein and move around the cell, such as the Golgi apparatus, which is the main part. Proteins that are sent from the rough ER are sent to the Golgi. Once the proteins move through the Golgi, they are packaged into vesicles. Since the Golgi apparatus receives protein from one place to another, it is called shipping and receiving. UPS, which labels proteins to be sent in or out the plasma membrane. The Golgi apparatus consists of different parts, such as the cis cisterna, which is near the rough ER, the metal and the transcisternate, and the trans-Golgi network. Other things that has to do with the Golgi apparatus are the proteins that's being transported and the enzymes that go together. Proteins are vesicles that are in the ER. Groups of vesicles fuse together, which forms the cis cisterna. As the proteins move to the sac, it becomes the Golgi enzyme, which occurs at different times of the apparatus. These are important because it becomes the signal that determines the final destination of the protein.
The cell membrane. The cell membrane is also known as the plasma membrane. It separates the inside of the cell from the outside and protects and controls the movement in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is involved in cell adhesion, ion conductivity, and cell signaling.
The metabolism is the total of all the chemical reactions an organism needs to survive. It builds up the molecules that store energy, and it also breaks down sugar. The small ER and the Golgi apparatus are both part of this process.